In the sacred verses of the Quran, Jesus is known as Isa. He is revered as a prophet of God. Muslims recognize Jesus as a messenger chosen to guide humanity. His story, as told in the Quran, offers profound lessons in faith, lessons in compassion, and lessons in the power of God. Jesus holds a unique position in Islam. Born of the Virgin Mary, his arrival heralded a new era of divine revelation. Through signs and wonders, Jesus conveyed God's message to the children of Israel. His teachings emphasized love, forgiveness, and the oneness of God. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, spoke highly of Jesus. He confirmed Jesus' miraculous birth.
Jesus was a precursor to my own prophetic mission. Belief in Jesus is an integral part of our faith.
Muhammad's words serve as a bridge between these two great prophetic traditions. He clarified that Jesus was not God, but a beloved prophet of God. This understanding forms the foundation of the Islamic perspective on Jesus. It fosters respect and reverence for his teachings among Muslims. The Quran narrates the miraculous birth of Jesus to Mary, a woman of purity and devotion.
How can I have a son when no man has touched me?
Mary, free from any human touch, received the news of her son from the angel Gabriel. Gabriel announced that she would give birth to a holy child, a sign from God. This miraculous event, a testament to God's power, is central to Jesus' story in Islam. It underscores his status as a prophet chosen by God. The Quran describes the baby Jesus speaking from the cradle, proclaiming his prophethood and purity. Jesus, endowed with divine power, performed many miracles.
By God's permission, I heal the sick, restore sight to the blind, and bring the dead back to life.
These miracles served as proof of Jesus' prophethood. They were signs meant to guide people towards faith. His teachings centered around the oneness of God. He called upon people to shun idolatry and embrace God's message of love and mercy. Jesus preached compassion, forgiveness, and kindness, urging his followers to lead a righteous life. Section 5, the Holy Table, a gift from heaven. The Quran mentions a miraculous event involving a table laden with food descending from heaven. This event occurred when Jesus' disciples, seeking reassurance for their faith, requested a sign.
In response to our plea, God sent down a feast.
This event, known as the descent of the table, symbolizes God's blessings and mercy. It highlights God's ability to provide for his creation in extraordinary ways. The story emphasizes the importance of faith and trust in God's power. Section 6, the Crucifixion, Truth and Illusion. The Quran presents a different perspective on the crucifixion of Jesus. Jesus was not crucified, nor did he die on the cross. Instead, God intervened and saved Jesus from his enemies.
It is believed that someone else was crucified in his place.
This event, a point of theological difference, highlights the Islamic belief in God's absolute power over life and death. The Quran emphasizes that God raised Jesus to heaven, protecting him from harm. It states that those who believe Jesus was crucified are mistaken. Section 7, Ascension to Heaven, a Divine Departure. After his rescue from crucifixion, Jesus ascended to heaven. This event, known as the Ascension, marks a pivotal moment in his story. Elevated by God, Jesus was saved from the schemes of his enemies. He was returned to divine protection. The Ascension signifies Jesus' exalted status in Islam. It emphasizes that he was a prophet, not divine. This event reinforces the Islamic belief in the separation between God and creation. Section 8, the Second Coming, a time of justice and peace. Islamic eschatology speaks of Jesus' second coming. He will return to earth at the end of times as a sign of the day of judgment. His return will herald a period of justice. It will be a time when falsehood is vanquished and truth prevails.
During my second coming, I will break the cross, kill the Antichrist, and establish justice.
Section 9, Jesus and Muhammad, two prophets, one message. Jesus and Muhammad are linked by their shared message of monotheism. Both prophets called for the worship of one God, rejecting idolatry and polytheism. They emphasized God's mercy, compassion, and justice.
Our messages, though separated by time, complement and reinforce each other. Recognizing the connection between us strengthens interfaith understanding.
Section 10. Respect and recognition. Jesus in the Muslim faith. Muslims hold Jesus in high regard, recognizing his miraculous birth, his teachings, and his status as a prophet. The Quran mentions him by name 25 times. It dedicates an entire chapter to his mother Mary. Disrespect towards Jesus is unacceptable in Islam. Muslims are taught to respect all prophets, including Jesus and Muhammad. This respect forms the basis for peaceful coexistence and interfaith dialogue. Section 11. Conclusion. A universal message of peace. The story of Jesus in Islam offers a message of peace, love, and hope. It emphasizes the importance of faith, compassion, and submission to God. His teachings resonate with Muslims and people of other faiths. Understanding Jesus' narrative in Islam promotes tolerance and respect among different religious communities. It reinforces the shared values of humanity and the importance of seeking common ground.